the nation's capital. We're coming to you from the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. Just 24 hours removed from the Great American Bash, and this is what we have in store for you tonight. 6 Diva Tag Team matches. Melina, Mickie James, and Gail takes on Natalya, Jillian, and the Clamazon, Beth Phoenix. That's here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Plus, the #1 contenders tag team matchup at SmackDown's LAX take on the team of Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, Team Priceless, all that and more here tonight on this edition of Monday Night Raw. But we're gonna kick things off with the first matchup in a series of beat the clock challenges to determine the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. As we see John Morrison, the new Intercontinental Champion, makes his way to the ring. We don't know who his opponent will be, but we have plenty beat the clock challenge matchups here tonight. The fastest time, get a shot at Randy Orton at SummerSlam. And hold the phone. He's not part of the Raw roster. What is he doing here? Well, it looks like John Morrison's opponent is ECW's own Chris Masters. He belongs to ECW, but he's here tonight to take on the Intercontinental Champion. And what a huge win this would be if Chris Masters can make John Morrison tap out to the Master Lock and set the time for the other Raw superstars to beat. But John Morrison winning the Intercontinental title last night at the Great American Bash certainly will be no easy task for the Masterpiece. Glad you could join us here for this edition of Monday Night Raw. Alright, here we go. And John Morrison wasting no time. But here's Chris Masters with a scoop slam. The fallout just 24 hours removed from the Great American Bash tonight could be a monumental edition of Monday Night Raw. As from what I understand, it could be anywhere from 5 to 6 beat the clock challenge matchups here tonight to determine who faced Randy Orton at SummerSlam after Triple H was unsuccessful taking away the title from the Legend Killer Randy Orton. Chris Masters now. Series of punches to the head with his left hand. And Chris Masters can make a statement here, defeating the Intercontinental Champion. And John Morrison will have none of that. A lot of things to go over what happened at the Great American Bash last night. And we'll get to that throughout this edition of Monday Night Raw. As you see Morrison delivering a bulldog to the Masterpiece. And John Morrison is not letting up here in the early goings of this. The first. As you see Masters blocking the suplex attempt into a counter of his own. But now Morrison getting the upper hand. Drop kick blocked by Masters. Counter into the corner. And Chris Masters clothesline the Intercontinental Champion over the top. And Chris Masters is in trouble here as they battle here on the outside. And Morrison knows he cannot win this matchup here on the outside. That's why you see the referee is not even attempting a count out. And it's a reversal. Morrison into a back body drop. And it's a lockup. Rushing Masters into the barrier. backbreaker by the Intercontinental Champion. And Chris Masters trying to stop the momentum of the new Intercontinental Champion. And Morrison putting the boots to the masterpiece. Rolls him up. Cannot get the pin attempt on the outside. Goes back into the ring. Sends Masters into the corner. And knocks him over the top. Giving himself a little breather. Lock up on him onto the ropes. Beautiful drop kick out the Irish whip. And poses in the middle of the ring. Puts him down. Too close to the ropes, says Earl Hebner. And that's a low blow by Morrison. I don't think he had to do that. But in the event he does. And he lets up the pin attempt. Maybe he wants to do more damage to the masterpiece. And they lock up here. Bulldog applied by Morrison. Morrison now. Masters fights his way out. And that's an elbow drop applied by the masterpiece. Glad you could join us here on Monday Night Raw. And there's a neck breaker. But yet Masters fights his way out of that predicament. Let's see if he can sustain it. He does not. John Morrison with a suplex. And putting the boots in the face of the masterpiece. Bulldog yet again by John Morrison. He's going on top. Flying body press. Morrison now. Russian leg sweep. Masters fights out of that predicament again. Doesn't follow up. Bulldog yet again. Rolls him up. Earl Hebner with the cover. Two. No. Remember, this is the opening match. Whoever gets the pinfall here will set this time for the rest of the matches here tonight. Plants him. Morrison's going up top. Morrison with a flying body press. Doesn't connect. Gets caught. Gets hit with a bulldog again. Morrison now. Rolls up Masters. Hebner with the cover. Two. And Morrison has set the time at 5:42. We'll be right back.
On the next edition of ECW, Vladimir Kozlov, the Big Red Machine King, The Big Show, and Rikishi will battle it out in a fatal four-way to determine the next #1 contender to the ECW Championship, who will move on and face Raven at SummerSlam. Find out on the next edition of ECW, exclusively on YouTube.
We're back here on Monday Night Raw. We're set for 6 Diva Tag Team action.
On the way to the ring from the Golden State of California, Medusa.
The former women's champion Melina making her way to the ring here, and she will lead her team into battle against the Hart Dynasty's Natalya, Jillian, and the women's champion, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix. Coming to you from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Mickie James on her way to the ring here. Looking to get in the hunt at a future shot at the Glamazon and the Women's Championship.